Okay, hear me out. What if the K-Dot and Drake beef was all just a front, all just a ploy, manufactured by Diddy as a distraction to not ask us the real questions? Where's Diddy? Where's he at? Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Amanda and this is Light Work. This week I'm going to talk about a little bit of a conspiracy theory I'd like to explore with you guys, but let's get into it. So let's get into some of the updates that have been coming through with Kendrick Lamar and Drake. So it looks like Drake is back out in Turks and Caicos, probably at the same bar, the same squad, maybe trying to lay low, maybe waiting for all this beef to blow over. But hey, if I had a squad and the means to go out in Turks and Caicos to go party and be around everybody who loves me and, still be my yes men, like sure, why not? Why not go out to Turks and Caicos? So there's also an interview out with Lil Wayne and a conversation where he's talking about Drake and how he met him in the early years and how he said, keep your smile. Don't try and rap about the same things I'm rapping about. Talk about Degrassi. Let's rap about that. Don't get the tattoos. And bottom line, Wayne says, keep it Canadian. And did Drake listen? No, he did not. Drake has so many just faces tattooed on his body. So he has Aaliyah, he has Sade, and then he has 40. And I think he has his dad also tattooed on his back. But either way, all his tattoos just look so random and it doesn't look cohesive, like a nice body of work, pun intended. I don't have any tattoos, so I'm not at liberty to say, but however, his tattoos really look like they're just all over the place. And for a guy so rich, I just feel like they should be better. But let's move on. Talk streaming numbers. Not Like Us had a record high of #1 on the Billboard Top 100. It also reached #1 in Canada's Spotify Top 10. So you're hearing Not Like Us in America or USA, North America, right? Canada's part of North America, but also in Canada. So Family Matters had a peak of 4 on the Billboard Top 100, but now I think it's sitting at 17. And Drake's Push-Ups had a peak of 3, and I believe it's currently sitting around 33 at the top 100. So not doing so great in the streaming numbers according to Billboard. Also, I think GQ named Not Like Us as the song of the summer. Honestly, the song of the summer is a Latino version of BBL Drake. El Drake. El Drake. El Drake. So good. But let's get down to business, shall we? I honestly think that this beef was manufactured by Diddy's team. Hear me out. There are just a couple of things that happened that really piqued my interest. So after Cassie filed the lawsuit, he settles the next day, pays the settlement. I mean, that kind of screams guilty. There are some Instagram posts that seem a little too cryptic. The information that we're getting also just feels really calculated. And on top of that, Diddy has a history of, let's just say, of deletion, if you catch my drift. But let's not forget, Diddy is a huge music mogul. Like, who's to say he didn't go to one of these record labels and, start this narrative to be like, hey, we should create a beef with Kendrick and Drake. They already have history. It'll help sell you guys records and it'll also distract people from all of my sexual allegations against me. So I think it's a win-win on both sides. He probably had something like that. I mean, it's a pretty good argument. He has those connects with those executives at those record labels. It just seems all too neat right now. That's all I'm saying. So way back when, Diddy was a chairman of a cable network called Revolt. He had to step down as chairman because sexual allegations and assault came to light. So you know what he did? He stepped down and he's no longer the chairman. And let's not forget about your lawsuit against Diego. They were accusing you the same thing, of it just being a money grab. How ironic, Diddy. How ironic. Let's talk about Diddy's Instagram activity. I noticed underneath his name, it just says Love, which is his daughter's name. He also has some cryptic posts I want to dissect. So he has 4 separate posts, or he has separate posts for Mother's Day. He posts about Kim Porter, he posts about Misa Hilton, he posts about Sarah Chapman and Dana Tran. I had to look at my notes because I don't remember everyone's name except for Kim Porter. And then there's the post of him and his family. It looks to be on vacation. It's interesting that he did post this photo because we know that the flight went somewhere warm. So he posts specifically to follow that narrative. Like, see, I was out of the country, or I went somewhere, I took my flight, I took my jet, and I went to the Bahamas. Here I am, I posted about it. But he doesn't necessarily say that he's in the Bahamas, because also during the raid, they took his cell phones. Like I said, they took the guns, they took some other things. So in one of his phones, it said that he was scheduling a trip to go to the Bahamas. And all of a sudden, here's a photo of him somewhere warm with his family in the beach and the water and some sand. Sounds like he's trying to follow something, right? Some other photos that he posts are photos of his daughter. He's got the family photo. He's got his baby mama's photo. This is all strategic. You know why? Because what is he appealing to? Let's all say it together. Our pathos. I know that's what you're going to say, right? You were going to say pathos? Essentially, this is a persuasion tactic where they appeal to our emotions and make it seem like he's a nice guy. He's trying to appear that he's just a father, he's a family man. Like, I could never do any of those, heinous, accusations you're accusing me of. So these posts all feel very strategic. They all feel like they're under the guidance of his lawyer to make it seem like, hey, you've been hiding for too long. You got to do something. Everyone likes a good family shot. Let's do that. Let's stick with the narrative that you travel to the Bahamas, but don't say you're the Bahamas, so don't add your location, but make it be beachy. So that way we can, we have an argument when your jet left. It landed in Antigua, but it was empty. But really, you had a scheduled trip to go to the Bahamas, so maybe that's a cover up for that. What also got me thinking that a lot of this could be a front is that Misa Hilton posted a video of the footage from the raid actually happening inside Diddy's home. And underneath the video, she had a caption that said she was appalled by the excessive use of force against her 2 sons. And this definitely feels like a distraction tactic to get us away from talking about the sexual allegations against Diddy and to focus our attention into it being about police brutality and almost a race thing. But I'm still going to ask the question, Diddy, where are you at? So that video came out, but I think before Diddy's lawyer said the same thing, that Homeland Security, overt use of force. I think the armored tanks was a bit much, but having the lawyer say the same thing as Misa and then coming out with this video footage, it's just another manipulation and distraction tactic. So there's something going on here. Last but not least, we have Diddy's son King. Is it Christian? Christian King. He has a diss track. You know what I'm gonna do to also deflect people's attention from all these countless allegations of sex trafficking? I too am gonna make a diss track. Oh, really? Huh. What sparked that? One line that really got everybody talking was that, hey, the feds came knocking and Diddy's son, or King, we'll just say King was like, oh, you got the wrong house. Too bad we bought the house next door. So which is true. Diddy owns both houses on the island out in Miami. And then 50 responds, he goes, are you an idiot? Why would you actively say that the feds had the wrong house when your dad is literally under investigation? The investigation is still going. Like, keep quiet. Do not pull a Tory Lanez and start talking about the case when you literally cannot talk about the case and post about it on Twitter. But let's not forget, last month, King was also accused of sexual allegations against him. So, like father, like son. He's modeling his dad's behavior. He must have got it from somewhere. Anyway, all in all, I could be onto something. I could be onto nothing. I could just be spiraling into this. But it just feels like, you know what? Maybe Diddy's the master manipulator here. Maybe Diddy was like, hey, K-Dot, Drake, why don't you guys start beefing about something so that way I can kind of like hide out into the Bahamas until everything, cools down, the dust settles. Maybe not. Maybe it's just the stars aligned and it's just a coincidence. You tell me. And yes, I saw it too, or I read about it, that Diddy was seen in Miami leaving Topgolf with his daughters. But who's to say that also that wasn't fed? I didn't see any photos. If there are photos, let me know. Maybe post it and inform me. I always like staying informed. But I don't know. It's just someone could have been like, I saw Diddy. You put this in the tabloids. He's in Miami. He's not in the Bahamas. Either way, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for your comments, for your engagement. I really appreciate it. And I will see you next week with a little light work. Bye now.